And we're back. So we were talking about Daredevil Reborn. Um, Birth tends to have a pretty good hold on the titles of the kind of quote unquote the more perennial arcs uh, of Daredevil. And this to me, because Daredevil essentially, because of the events of Shadowland, he's had to leave New York. Right now, Black Panther is the man without fear. He's the protector of Hell's Kitchen, while Daredevil is on this little sabbatical, and he ends up in some southwest shithole. And it's basically, he's kind of, it's kind of like this weird cross section of like Rambo meets Easy Rider. It's really bizarre. um, it doesn't really say why he's there, other than the fact that he's there. He's at someplace desolate, and this is, Andy Diggle is writing it. The art is done by a man's name who I will not even begin to try and pronounce. The art is more or less, very kind of first year art school comic book uh, trash. It's really bad. Um, you know, as opposed to the other comics that are out there. Um, Obviously, I can't draw worth a lick, but I mean, I know good and bad comic art when I see it, and this is bad. Um, which is unfortunate, because this is supposed to be something that's going to, eventually, I would say, bring Daredevil back to, after, whatever events that change him, that he sees out in this little, kind of desert wasteland. He'll come back to New York and pick up the mantle again, pick up the billy clubs, and start pounding away. Um, but it's a very paint by numbers book. The lawmen who want to get him out of town, and he kind of seems to get out of town, but comes, stumbles across a mass grave. So he knows there's definitely something rotten in Denmark. So he decides to stick around, and he's going to pound, 6 shades of shit out of the bad guys, and eventually come back. Maybe, who knows? Who knows where exactly this is leading? But I guess the setting bothers me, because, like, okay, it's, the Southwest, it's the desert. Uh, you know, why did he need to go here? Could he have gone to, Montana or Wyoming or something like that? But I guess, Andy Diggle, wants to capture that, that wasteland type of feel. Uh, Whatever, it's been done. Uh, and that's what bothers me the most about it, ultimately, is that it's just, this story seems to have been done before and done better, and it just doesn't really seem to be a reason for it. I mean, I'll tell you, if Matt Murdock had bought it at the end of Shadowland, I don't know if I would have been that upset, because I think with I'm not that familiar with the work of Andy Diggle, so I'll be honest there. But I guess I was just hoping for something more. I mean, coming off of Bendis's very long run on Daredevil, one of the more defining arcs, and then coming off of Brubaker's arc, which was, I think, it was shorter, but I think actually even I think because of that, I think that was its strength, was that in such a short period of time, Ed Brubaker seemed to unravel Matt Murdock's life once again. Man, the guys at Marvel must really hate Daredevil, because he is everybody says, you know, that Spider-Man's kind of the whipping boy for Marvel, but that's definitely a crown, you know, a crown I think that has been, I think, you know, that has been passed down to, that has been passed down to Daredevil. So, I don't know too many directions in which Daredevil can really go right now, other than kind of back to the kind of pre-Bendis era of, you know, kind of the armored suit and the, you know, kind of hacky '90s, you know, crap, and, you know, is he gonna die? You know, is he gonna fake his death or something like that? You know, as the Fall from Grace story arc did back in the '90s, even though that was beautifully drawn by Scott McDaniel, who continues to be one of my favorite artists, because I love his work. And I even kind of dug the you know, the armored suit. I thought it was kind of cool, but, you know, whatever. Um, yeah, Daredevil Reborn, just not very good. Just didn't really do anything for me. So I doubt that I'll be picking up any other issues of this, and just kind of waiting for, you know, Daredevil to kind of come back and see how that progresses over time. So as far as this week, of the 3 comics that we did, the only one that I wouldn't recommend is Daredevil Reborn, sadly. But, you know, like I said, Andy Dibble's work was something, you know, I mean, I dropped it from my pull box because I just wasn't that impressed with what he had put down already. So, and, you know, and now, you know, like I said, Shadowland was something that was kind of important. It seemed to be brewing to a pretty interesting conclusion. So I felt that this was something that I had to pick up. So I had that in my pull box. But this is just, you know, doesn't really do anything for me. But hey, you know, tomorrow, or this, you know, this morning and just a few hours from now, you're going to be able to see the newest episode of Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which is definitely the best cartoon that's on right now. So check that out, because just, you know, so many wonderful things, so many great little Easter eggs they throw in every episode. So anyway, so this is going to be me signing off earlier than probably you thought. So don't forget to check out theshadowgallery.info. And, you know, there's links to my YouTube channel there. I don't know if there's a link to my Facebook page, but I'm sure if you look for James Donnelly, you'll find me. So, so this is James Donnelly and the Shadow Gallery signing off, and we'll see you next week. Take care. Or until something else cool comes along. So I shouldn't just say next week. So anyway, have a great night. Have a great morning. Have a great afternoon. Have a great evening. We'll see you.